what can you do right now to create video? And I don't mean like spend thousands of dollars to go get equipment and then start creating videos. I mean, like, what can you do right now with what you have? And I'm going to tell you what you have, what you need is what you already have. Okay. So rest assured, you don't need to add anything to your list of things to get for you to start creating content. Okay. And then what can you do moving forward? How can you take what you learn and move forward into this this new time post COVID? All right, is everybody fair, excited? Are you in the right webinar? Just want to make sure you guys are getting what you want. Am I at the right webinar? So let me see. Perfect. Yes. Barb says yes. Yay. Perfect. All right. Thank you, guys. So here are a few ways that I'm encouraging you to participate in your video creation. And we're going to go through this together, okay? So the goals are to create the following videos, right? So we want to give you the opportunity, the know-how, the skill set to create these types of videos, because I always say, this is my thing, video is the language of our time. So you can't remain silent. You have to speak your voice, speak your truth. And how you do that is through video. I mean, think of the content you're consuming every day. Good chances that you're consuming primarily video. So are your consumers. So are your clients. So let's get that out there. We all agree video is the way to go. All right. So if we understand that, how are we creating content during our business? So we're going to go over virtual open houses, showing how you can use and leverage Facebook Live, FaceTime. Obviously, Zoom is a great application. And then we're going to talk a little bit about weekly videos and updates. All right, and these don't have to be overly produced; they have to be executed. So I've heard this over and over, and I'm sure you have as well. It's imperfect action always beats perfect inaction every single time. So in this webinar, I'd like for you to step into the uncomfortable, in your uncomfort zone, right? Step out of your comfort zone into the uncomfortable zone. And I encourage you to create content. It's a learning process. It's something that is going to grow with you as your business grows, as your know-how and your knowledge, your skill set grows. It says during the listing period, we do, okay, you guys are talking. Okay, cool. Property walkthrough videos. So once you're able to go out to your properties and different kinds of properties, this is something that you want to create. You're going to want to start documenting your, your videos, rather your properties. Community videos. I have all these are links that I like, that I would link to, and I will have the presentation available for download. But these are all examples. Okay, the community videos. I have clients all over, Southern California. How are you creating community videos so people know that you specialize in your area, specialize in, your farm? And yes, there's a time and a place for highly produced videos, and that's what I do as well. We have a company that produces videos that will help you create videos, any kind of real estate videos, really. I didn't really talk about myself, but really short. I've been filming real estate for the last 10 years. I was a realtor, and I became a mortgage advisor, and then I slowly transitioned into what I do now, just because I had a passion for it and I had a skill set. So the last 10 years has been strictly just filming real estate videography, not just properties, but everything you can imagine, events to agent stories, to educational videos. So that's just my spiel. I do have a lot of experience within the industry, but as well, specifically in the last 10 years within the film industry in real estate. All right, so things to do in San Diego, right? That we have a series, and it's like you want to start communicating with your sphere, your database. Like, what are some things that you can do in the area, right? Similar to community videos, However, community videos are over encompassing. They, you know, let's say, for example, the one I have here on the screen is a San Clemente video. Well, you can dive into San Clemente and pick something to do. Maybe it's a specific beach or it's the downtown. Like, what can you do when you start to document that? All right. You can choose, again, depending on your budget, whether it's something that you can do on your own or it's something that you want to hire out. Now, we do have a strategy on that. We do hold strategy sessions with our clients to help you understand, okay, what's your budget? What can I do and how to do it, how to execute. So I do encourage, if you are interested in that, let me know. All right, then we have Caravan video. Now, once you start going back on Caravan, like, how can you show those properties? How can you record video and then share that with your audience? Okay, everybody follow so far? Does that make sense? Everybody understanding? Are some of the ideas that I'm presenting unclear? Are the videos that I'm presenting clear to everybody?
Yep.
Okay, cool. And the last but not least is a Facebook Live or a podcast. Very, very effective right now. Especially during quarantine, we saw an increase in viewers and interaction on our podcast. We have a syndicated podcast. It's called the Real Podcast, and we saw it, skyrocket because people were home, people were listening. So that's advantageous anytime, but especially when you're not able to go out to the public, you're not able to do your normal business activities. All right. So these are some of the things that I'm going to go through today, give you some examples, tell you how you can do them. And ultimately, we're going to have to do a few more webinars for the ones that we feel that you guys are really wanting to hear more about. And then we can really dive into them. But today is really to give you an idea that, look, I can do video. I should be doing video, even now during quarantine, during COVID, and then after. All right. So just type in a yes if that sounds fun and interesting for you. Yes, perfect, Monica. Thank you, Ruben. Yes. Awesome. Okay. So join the conversation. We are creating, or have created rather, a private, there's a D missing there, obviously, but we created a private Facebook group now for you guys. Now, what this is going to allow us to do is come in and help you guys after the webinar. Because what's going to happen is you're going to learn a lot of information. You're going to learn a lot, rather. You're going to get a lot of information, and then you're going to be like, okay, great. I have satisfied the need that I have of, shoot, I need to be doing something for video, right? So by you being on the webinar, you're going to fill that need, but what's going to happen is tomorrow you're going to go back into your normal pattern and probably not create video if you're not. So the group is going to help you keep accountable. You're going to be able to post your videos there, and we're going to give you some coaching, some guidance, some feedback, and hopefully peer-to-peer interaction as well. So we love, we have a few of these private Facebook groups, and they're really effective because people want to help each other out. And it's a safe place. It's private. So if you're not comfortable sharing your video in the public yet, you can do it here, and it's going to stay safe, and we'll be able to help guide you into creating something better if we need to, or if it looks great, then thumbs up and go ahead and post away. All right. Look, camera, here's what it is. You have everything you need, like I mentioned earlier. When I first started filming, here's what happened. I was a realtor, and then I picked up a flip camera, and then I got my finance degree, and I was like, how can I use my finance degree in real estate, but stay in real estate? And I always liked finance, so I became a mortgage advisor. Well, I thought, how can I create value for my agents without feeling like I'm calling them every week and asking them if they want a market update? So I started to create video. I would interview people. I would highlight local business owners, all on a flip camera. Now, if you don't know what a flip camera is, it's a very basic camera that back 10 years ago was pretty solid. Now your phone has more technology than, you know, most of my equipment did the first few years. So you have everything you need in your phone. You also have a laptop, a webcam, a computer. With Zoom, Facebook Live, even now with some, the Facebook is launched Rooms, which is like a really cool space, as well as Google has launched some rooms as well, which allows you to gather with a bunch of like-minded people and, you know, mastermind and do whatnot. You can create different content and all these different platforms using the technology you have. And again, I encourage you not to think of this as a, I'm learning so I can do it later, but rather I'm learning that I can do this now. All right, so everybody follow that. Like I want to make sure that's clear that you guys can create content now with what you have, and I'm going to show you that in the next couple of slides. Everybody follow that. Just give me a thumbs up. I know you can put a thumbs up on your chat or in your little screen. So give me a thumbs up if this makes sense to you guys and what you're excited about. All right, thank you, Cherie. Perfect. Now, great, Mandy. Yes, thank you, Elizabeth. Carolyn, you bet. All right, so microphone, next one. You want to film in a controlled environment, right? And this, I'm giving you a lot of general statements because this is going to cover, this covers any type of video that you're doing. All right, so I didn't do lighting. Let me go back one. So use the strongest light source. So let's say you have your phone and you're looking around the room and you're thinking, what looks great, right? Gary looks great right now because he's got really good light coming in. It's natural light, right? So if you look at Gary, you see how he's looking sharp, he's looking clean because he's got nice lighting. Now, there's going to be dark rooms, right? Whether you're walking through a property or you're at home and you're going to have a dark space. Now, I have a ring light, so I have artificial lighting, but you don't need that. And I'm encouraging you to use what you have. If I didn't have a ring light, I would have moved my computer closer to the window and faced the window. Anytime you have lighting, natural lighting, you want the light to hit your face, right? Everybody makes sense? You're not gonna film with your camera and the light behind you. It's gonna create a contrast and very shadow look. You're gonna look older. You're gonna look like you're like in a jail cell because it's so dark, right? You don't want to do that. So you want to face the brightest natural light that you have in a room. And when you're walking through a home as well, so just really quick, I'm gonna give you a little nugget here. When you're doing a Facebook Live, you want to be able to go around the property and talk, right? Because you're not always gonna have the great lighting, but when you stop, whenever you stop in a room to talk about the room, keep that in mind, because then you're gonna face the window. Let's say there's a sliding door. You're gonna go to the sliding door, face the door, and then you're gonna talk about the living room behind you. Look at this beautiful space, blah, 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 right? So it actually works really well and it works to your advantage. All right, give me a thumbs up if you got that. Light source, right? You're gonna focus on finding a window. You're gonna focus on finding a doorway, anything that's gonna give you the brightest light. Okay, and some of you might already know this, but I'm covering from the foundation to some of the advanced stuff. Okay, here we go. So, microphone. You don't need a microphone. Okay, try to film in a controlled environment if you can. If you cannot, then get your earpods, get your earbuds, work with that. That actually does a good job at drowning out the noise and focusing on your voice. All right, you can always buy like a $20, $30 lapel or lavalier mic, really inexpensive. You attach it to your phone and done. Okay, so I have a question. Lights turned on? Absolutely. So especially if you're walking through a home that you're presenting, turn all the lights on. Turn it on like you were going to walk through the property with the homeowner or potential homeowner. All right, so you're gonna lights. I always like fans to like a low. You know, ambient lighting as well as, you know, actual lighting, you know, like recessed lighting or whatever. So absolutely, turn all the lights on. Light is your friend, always, unless it's too much and then it's too harsh. But when you're inside, pump up the lighting for sure. Now, if you're outside and you're at the beach and you're talking about the beach, well, people understand that and they know that you might be like this a little bit, right? Because there's bright light. It's called the sun. It's the brightest light source we have. So it's pretty bright. You can always wear a hat, right? And or glasses. Again, I wouldn't hide behind your glasses. It just connect with your viewers. So anytime you're wearing glasses, there's always a little bit of disconnect. Think about it. If you met somebody for the first time and they were wearing sunglasses, do you feel connected to them as much if they weren't wearing sunglasses? Right? Probably not. So don't wear them unless you have to, or wear them initially, take them off. Right? The thing is, if you've been wearing them all day, they're going to have like a little bit of a ring right here where they've been sitting on your cheeks for a while. So, you know, but again, not perfection. Perfect inaction. Don't think about it. Think about it as imperfect action. All right. And I've also created a resource page for you guys. Okay. So I'll be sharing this. I don't know, with the panelists, they can help me out. I don't know how I'm going to get your guys' information. But just in case, I'm going to give you mine. You can email me. I can send you all this. But I'm sure that, that there's going to be a way that we can do this so you guys have it. But there's my email address. It's david@videosalesrealestate.com. Okay, so email me. Actually, I don't think everybody got attendees. Here we go. Any questions, guys, so far before I continue? Again, you want to join that group. It's like free stuff, free coaching. We'll be providing a ton of content there as well. All right, so let's continue. This is one of the private Facebook groups that I have. You see people talking about lighting, mics, just a ton of different interaction going on. All right, so this is what we're going to create with you guys, but I need your participation. Like, this doesn't exist without you guys. All right, these are screenshots of what the Facebook group looks like or could look like. All right, so let me go back here real quick. Let me share that with you. I'm gonna put the link right here. So you guys have it. No, maybe someone locked me out there. All right, can you see my screen? Everybody see my screen okay? I just hopped back on.
Yep.
Okay, perfect.
I can see you.
All right, so laying the foundation, understanding prospecting. So you're going to have different database or different audiences. Everybody know that. You know that. I don't need to preach that to you. What I will preach to you is that you want to have content that can touch and address those individual audiences. So what I mean by that is if you do a 5-minute video, that your phase 3 or your customer base that is really hot will watch that. The likelihood is higher than if you share a 5-minute video with a cold audience. So how do you work around that? Well, you create different time length videos, right? So you want to have a short 15, 30-second clip to share with your audience that's considered cold. And as you work your way up, the likelihood that they'll watch a longer video is higher. Does that make sense, right? So if you know somebody and they share a 5-minute video, you're not gonna be turned off by that because you know them. You're like, oh, this is interesting. I know Gary. Let me see what he's done, right? Whereas if I don't know Gary, I might be like, I don't want to watch a 5-minute video. But if Gary had posted an interesting 15-second video, I'd be like, I have 15 seconds, right? So, am I frozen still, guys? Somebody said I'm frozen.
You're good now.
Okay. All right. So I just want to make sure that's all clear. You do have, we need to take into consideration that you do have different audiences, right? Everybody follow that. Like you You have a cold, a warm, and a hot. Everybody probably has that right now, right? In your marketing. Yeah, okay. Good. All right, so let's dive into some examples and start teaching you how you can do some of the stuff, okay? So I was asked what is my IG account. Instagram account is David A. Moya. So that's handle is David A. Moya, or the company is Video Sales Real Estate. So at Video Sales Real Estate is the handle. I'm going to share with you guys all right now. If you could take a look at the chat really quick. I'm sharing with you guys the Facebook group. Go ahead and sign up for it. Get in. We'll be sharing all this content with you guys. Okay, everything from the presentation to links, all that stuff we'll be sharing with you within that group. All right, so be sure to, and anybody can join. That is Gary, good man. I see you signed up there. Yeah, so sponsors, vendors, obviously realtors. We want to create that same cohesive group that we have here, and put it on a Facebook group and keep that online. Okay.
Cool.
All right, so virtual open houses and showings, the do's and don'ts, right? So great, I see a lot of you guys signing up. Right on. Okay, so again, number one is, can you hear me now? Right? Can you hear me now? It's, do you make sure that you have good service? If not, try to get on Wi-Fi. Right? You want to. This is something you can't force. Like I would say, don't do a video if you have really bad reception, because nobody's going to sit through that, and if they do, they're not going to have a good experience. So this is like, there's an exception to the rule, and this is the exception. Like, don't film if you have horrible reception. If you have like spotty areas, that's fine. People are forgiving. But like, if you can't hear me and I'm like, nobody's going to watch that, right? So make sure you have good service. And if you know you're at a house that has spotty service, figure out how to get Wi-Fi, right? Use your car Wi-Fi or use the house Wi-Fi. All right, look the part. So a lot of times people will make the mistake, and I'm going to hold my phone up real quick, is they think, man, I'm cleaning my my cameras back here, and I still look really like dreamy, like that. It looks foggy and all that. You see that a lot with videos, and it's because you gotta actually wipe down the selfie camera. So that's the camera that sits in the front, right? Everybody know where that is, right? Sponsors, you guys know where that is, right?
Yep.
Right there, right? Okay, so make sure that's wiped down, because a lot of times you put it to your face.
Oh, the selfie.
Right, you put it to your face, and then you smudge, sweat, makeup, whatever. So you want to make sure you got that wiped down, and then be more animated. So that might be a little bit hard at first. Don't worry about it. I just put it in there because I want you to know that animation and energy comes across a little bit delayed in a video or in a stream live or whatever, right? So me smiling, it might feel like I'm smiling extra, but that little extra is going to give me a little bit more excitement on the viewer side. Now, if that's not your personality, I don't say force it. The number one thing I always say is authenticity. So if that's not you, don't do it, right? But I'm just saying, if you're excited about something, don't hold it back. Share that excitement. All right, everybody follow. That's part 2. We're going to go to 3. I just want to get a thumbs up, make sure everybody follows so far. All right, perfect, Monica. Thank you. So this is like if I'm walking through a house, if I'm going to present, I got my Facebook Live. I say, hey, everybody, David Moya here, and I'll show you guys some examples as well. I'd love to show you around in this home. Let's go inside, right? So you're walking through. This is what I'm talking about, right? It's a Facebook Live. It's virtual. My video keeps freezing, guys, or am I good?
You were freezing there for a while.
Got it. Okay, keep me posted. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, just a little bit. We could hear your voice.
Too many people. Okay. Well, that's good. All right. Any apps where we can be talking head in the corner of the screen while showing homes on an Android phone. Okay, so Barb has a question about apps. I'm going to address that really quick. So if there is an app where you can talk, but then have the home showing in the back. I know how you can do that editing wise. I don't know if there's a live streaming that you can do with Facebook. So I'm sure there is. I just don't know if you know, I know Facebook Live, you can have 2 people on. So another cool thing is if you're out doing a Facebook Live at a virtual open house and you have a team, your team can chime in from the office as well and be on the live. It's kind of cool. So I would encourage that to kind of spice things up. But Barb, to answer your question, I don't know, but I will say having you in a selfie mode for some reason or another is more attractive to viewers. There's a study that was done where if they saw a person talking, so if I was like, you're looking at me right now in the Zoom conference call, and you're looking at me, I don't have a phone, you know I don't have a phone. This mode versus if you're watching and I had my hand out and I was talking to my phone, the research showed that people prefer a selfie mode over any mode. And that's because they feel like you're bringing them in with your experience, right? So I would say when you're doing your iPhone, make sure to how I would do it is I would flip back and forth between your selfie mode. Like, so let's say you're in the living room. Hey, everybody, you know, you're looking out the window, right? Or you're looking out the doorway. Say, everybody, this is the living room behind me. Check it out. We've got this beautiful space here. You know, awesome wet bar back there, whatever it is. And say, I'm going to show you a little bit right now. I'm going to flip the camera and we're going to go check it out. And then you flip it to this camera mode and you're still live and you start showing them the spaces that you were just talking about. And then you can continue going back and forth. Again, you want to actually do that, change cameras, because it's like changing cameras on a TV show, right? How many times is a newscaster like this and then blah, 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 and then all of a sudden he turns to the other side or another camera, right? It's like you keep people engaged when you move camera angles or when you move subject matter, right? So you want to be moving back and forth. Does that make sense, Barb?
Yep.
Cool. Dual-gamma cannot flip back. Huh, okay. Yeah, let's talk about it in the group, Barb. If you want to ask that question in the group, and I'll follow up with you, okay? All right, so follow the plan. So I have a simple storyboarding handout that I'm going to give you. And you follow that. You can follow that for any video you do. And that's a great foundation. You can always add to it, but I'm going to lay down a very simple, easy to understand foundation. And then again, when you're walking through the home, avoid areas that aren't attractive. Look, I don't think anybody would say that there's a home that doesn't have things they didn't like about it, right? They're gonna have to give up some things to get what they want. It's just, what do they really want? So like I always compare it to a first date. Like, you don't go on a first date and tell them everything about yourself, right? That doesn't make sense. You talk to them about the things that are exciting, the things that you have passion for, that excite you, that really will sell yourself, right? You're selling yourself. You're saying, hey, I'm a person you want to get to know too. So in this case, you want to show them this home is something that you want them to want to get to know as well. So you're not going to cover every room. You don't want to go to the closets, unless it's a really nice closet. But skip the common areas, not common areas. Sorry, skip the common rooms. Like if there's if it's a 5-bedroom home, cover 1 or 2 that really are exciting. Cover the master and then maybe one other one. But I don't want to, you don't want to overdo it. Now, it's also a great opportunity to be like, hey, I didn't get a chance to show you the full home, but I'd be excited to share this with you. We have a property video coming and photos being done. Today, whatever, I'll send you all this stuff. So you want to pull them back, right? You don't want to give them everything. So by not giving them everything, you give them an opportunity to come back to you, and you give yourself an opportunity to give them more, right? But custom to them. So they're like, hey, I love this home. I want to see more. Then you can let them see more with photos or maybe even a private tour on as a FaceTime. So for FaceTime, I say follow it up with FaceTime with those that are very interested. Everybody say yeah? Everybody agree on that? Good strategy? Yeah, let me know if that's a good strategy. I'm not a realtor anymore, but these are just strategies that I have with my personal with my clients that we'll do one-on-ones with, and they seem to be working. But again, we may need to custom fit it for you guys. So let me know if this makes sense, if you're understanding it and you feel like it's something you can tackle. All right, very well said. Thank you so much. Thank you. Sounds good. Thank you, Debbie. Carolyn, thank you. Okay, so now leverage your work. So once you've done this Facebook Live as a virtual open house, and I'm just saying Facebook Live because I like it. It's easy. People are on Facebook, and then you don't have to post again on Facebook. It's already there. So once you've posted that video, you're not done. You want to then take that Facebook Live video, download it, and upload it everywhere else. YouTube, Instagram, all that stuff. So we have a strategy for that. We have a tutorial on that. It's free. I'll put it in the group. It'll share with you how you can leverage your work. So you've done it once, don't do it again. Don't repeat, leverage what you've done. All right, is that exciting? How many times would you like to leverage the video you've done once? As many times as possible, right? So I have a tutorial for that. All right, so get in the group, and I'll share it there as well. All right, let me know. You guys cool? You guys following so far? Everything is clear? Can I move on? Give me a thumbs up if you're ready to go on. As I get a drink. Oh, Gary's the man. I like it. Yes, thank you for sharing. Move on. I like it. Okay, so here's the master template. All right, and I'm going to go through this really simply. I'm not going to give you the tutorial today, but I have the tutorial for you, meaning I'm not going to go step by step here. I'm going to share with you what it is in general, and then I'm going to share the tutorial, all right? Because the tutorial, you can dive in more with that. And I don't even know. Looks like, will you be emailing copies? Oh, yes, I can. Join the group, and I can share it there, and then you can email me. So I shared my email. Elaine, make sure you got that. Okay, and then my voice keeps warbling, keeps freezing. Okay, let me know if that's happening and if I'm good to go now. What I was saying is this is the master template that I use for everything. I don't have time to go into a tutorial, but I'm going to share with you what it is. And then in the group, or if you email me, I'll send you this template and the tutorial for it. Okay. I'm just trying to equip you with everything you need first, right? Give you a big picture and then give you all the steps and the know-how. Does that sound good, guys? And then I don't know if we have anybody from the association. How much time do I have? Because I want to make sure we're respectful of everybody's time. So just give me a ring. Let me know how much time I have. So the master template, I make it so simple that you literally record 7 clips and then you piece them together. I have about 15 minutes. Goodness. Okay. So I'm not going to go into this then too much because we can go pretty deep. But this is the template. Again, I have the tutorial that I'll share with you, and it'll take you like 5-10 minutes to watch. Really, really easy. But once you do it, you're like, oh my God, I can do this. This makes sense. I have and how I edit is Adobe Rush on your phone. Super easy. Don't let it get you overwhelmed. Like, oh my goodness, like how am I going to do this? It's a very easy, user-friendly app, and if you use this template, you can do it in like 10 minutes. I promise you. Maybe not the first time, but you'll get it to where you can do it very easily, very quickly. Okay, so again, I'm going to share this tutorial, and it's a little misleading because it's not an iPhone editing app only. So Androids work perfectly, and that's why I did the tutorial on it, because you can literally. And Karen, that's what I was saying right now. It's not an iPhone app only. So my apologies. I can change that out, but I put iPhone because I have an iPhone. But yeah, and Android can definitely edit and use that app. Okay. And don't be so scared when I say edit. It's not like you have to become an editor. It's literally just like piecing together the clips. So why is Adobe Rush better than iMovie? So John, great question. I like Adobe Rush because it can work on an Android and an iPhone, and they're very similar, except Rush gives you a lot more to play with. iMovie is a little bit more, I think it's a little less user-friendly and it's a little less exciting. So it's a preference. I mean, you can try both, but for me, on the go on my phone, Adobe Rush. That can change in a few months when I find out a new app, and I'll update you guys, but that's really it. Or can I see this again? Get in the group, Elizabeth, and you can ask me anything you need, and I'll be able to upload that there as well. All right, so not only am I going to give you this foundation, but you can actually follow a program. It's a 5-video program. It's free. We can send this to you guys. It'll share with you how to create 5 different videos. And this isn't like, oh, I have to go become a videographer. No, this is like, how easy can I do it? And this is how I do it. Okay. And the first one is caravan. The second one is educational. Third one is community. The fourth one is an open house. And the last one is an event. So it's a full program. I'll share it with you guys. It breaks down like exactly what you need to do. If you don't want to tackle your own videos right now, you can literally follow this line by line and create videos. Okay. Judith, yes, I can do that. I'll send it to you. I even include titles and hooks. So like for your first video, it could be, why I don't mind helping other agents market their homes. So let's say you went and hosted an open house for somebody. There's your title, and I'll give you like your everything, like from your post title to what you need to say. Okay, super. So I'm trying to give you like the foundation so you can get creative if you want, or I'm giving you a program that you can follow line by line and create 5 videos by the end of the week. Okay. So the complete course I'll share with you in the Facebook group as well. Okay, but just wanted to share that with you guys. This is the tutorial I was talking to you about in regards to social media distribution. I'm kind of going fast now because I realize I don't have a lot of time. So, and I want to open up for some questions at the very end. But again, I have a social media tutorial on management and distribution. And I have a ton of how-tos and webinars and tutorials available. Okay, so really quick, I'm going to go through the resource pages that I created for you guys. So this is on Dropbox. This is a link I'll share with everybody, but basically it has, instead of trying to go everywhere to get all this stuff, you can literally go to this resource page and it'll have today's webinar in there, and then all the different handouts that I went through, my handout for today, my presentation for today. Here's some great video ideas. Here's like a month, rather a year. You can even do like different scheduling, like ideas, how ideas in regards to what types of videos you can create. So all this stuff is there for you guys. Yep, and then there's a tutorial. So there's like everything that you need is going to be in this this hub that I'm creating for you guys. Okay. I also wanted to share with you that we do have some done for you videos. So like, this is a great example, or this is a great example where if you just want content, talk to me about that. That isn't free, that, just because it has to be created. But anyway, that's just a side thing. Trying to give you guys everything, right? So if you don't want to do a lot of videos, you want to do some, but not a ton, you can fill your social media with these done for you videos. That'll get interaction. The Adobe Rush is free for your iPhone. Yes, it's worth upgrading to as well. Okay, so that is that. Talked about that. Oh yeah, join the private group. I'll just stop right there. There's a lot I could cover right now, but I have 5 minutes and I want to leave some space for questions from either the attendees, to the sponsors, to the team here at the association. Yeah, so thanks so much for listening. I've given you a ton of information. Follow up with me in the group, because then I can start posting links to what you want. It's so much easier than email, because someone's going to see what you just posted and they're going to say, oh, that's what I wanted too, versus me trying to send emails out to everybody. Will I send you an email with everything? Yes. But I'm saying, if you want that interaction, that community, join the group and we'll get you what you need. Thank you guys for listening. And I'm here. Otherwise, if you have questions. So is the group the vanilla or some other video specific group? Are any of these posted on resources? Can you provide us with the link to Dropbox? David, what is the link to the resource page? Yeah, so I can share with you that for sure. So let's do the let me do the group. So the first question was, not that one, sorry. So we have the resource page, and then we have all right, so this is what it looks like, guys. So if you're looking to find it, this is what it is. All right, I'm going to post that right now. Okay, and then here is the Dropbox. Okay, so I think I covered it. Let me see here real quick. Barbara, did you get the link to the Facebook group? And my email address. Everybody wants that again. Here's my email address. It's david@videosalesrealestate.com. david@videosalesrealestate.com. Videosalesrealestate.com is my website for the video production. If you want to go for more of the coaching stuff, that's on davidamoya.com. That's my personal webpage. Okay. And then see a ton of you guys getting on there. Great. Okay, so link to the resource page and the Facebook group. Good. How often would you post videos? So I say once a week. Right, that's the goal, and that'll get you, I think, 48 videos a year. So if you just committed one a week, it's 48 videos at the end of the year, and you're like, whoa, how did I get 48 videos? Because you did one a week. Or something like that, 48 or something like that. So Carolyn, hopefully that answers your question. All right, any other questions? Okay, see if you're coming in. I will post a bunch of challenge. Yep, perfect. Thank you. All right, I got like 2 minutes left, I think, guys. They only paid me for an hour, so that's all they get. I'm just kidding. Yeah, feel free to add me on Facebook too. It's here you go. I'll show it to you. This is me. So that's what you're gonna see. I'm on Instagram too, so I try to mix up both. So you're gonna see a lot of here's our podcast. I'm gonna be doing I was saying this is how I feel during quarantine with my hair. Like I can't get a haircut and I feel like Punch from Chips. I don't know if anybody knows who that is, but am I the only old guy here who knows that reference? Okay, so I had another question. So where is this here real quick? You'll see a bunch of pics of my kids because I love my girls. I have 2 daughters. So the question is, You watched it as a kid too, yep. Okay, so everybody say that guy looks like my dad too. It was hilarious. What's my take on IG versus Facebook? Okay, Instagram for me is more artsy in a sense of like, for me at least, like I have an Instagram account I post pretty regularly. On Facebook, I tend to post a little less, but I try to post something different than I do on Instagram, because I see so many people post on Instagram and then they just post what they post on Instagram on Facebook. And not now, if you're doing that, keep doing that, because at least you're getting content on both. But I always feel like there's just a little bit different of an audience there. I think you're going to have an older audience in Facebook, but I also think you're going to have a wider audience on Facebook unless you have a great following on Facebook. I'm rather on Instagram. I have a great following in a sense of depth. Like I have a lot of, real estate agents, partners, as well as, friends that are on Instagram that comment and interact a lot. So I have a good community there, but I wouldn't say I have a ton of followers. So for me, it's never been about followers. It's been about the quality of interaction. So I get a ton of interaction on Facebook from agents because I feel agents are there a lot. So if you're trying to market yourself on both, which I recommend you have to, is on Instagram, I would post on all three. So Instagram wall, your stories, and IGTV. Your IGTV should be considered like your library. So you want to send people to that channel through your wall and through your stories, right? So if you did a Facebook Live, you upload it to IGTV, and then you take a snippet of that and you upload it to your wall and say, hey, check out the full length on my IGTV channel. And then you do the same on Instagram stories, because you want to send everybody to your full length, right? Because you're going to lose some people during that funnel, but it doesn't matter, because the people who are going to see it, who really want to see it, will see it. But at least you're helping direct them. It's like you got to look at your job as you're a social media, you're a media company, and you're helping direct people, right? So hey, come over here, guys, if you're interested. If you like what you saw, go here. If you like what you saw but not enough, then you're probably going to turn this. You're going to clip to another profile or whatever, which is fine. But you want to direct people to the full length version. Does that make sense, John? And then on Facebook, I would do heavy Facebook Lives, man, because you can repurpose them on every other social media channel, but also because people like that. People like live. I mean, I guarantee you, if I recorded this earlier and then just shared this video with you, half of you might be on this. But because it's live, because you have access to me, like you can ask questions, it's more interesting to you. You want to invest because you can invest and get more depth. All right, so Facebook Live, you can, I would go heavy on that, especially if you're wanting more content but don't want to do a ton of editing, then stagger your weeks. So do a Facebook Live week 1, then second week do a video on your phone, then next week do a Facebook Live, and then the last week do something on your phone. Right? So how can you? So real quick, and you guys got to tell me when I'm done, because I'm going to keep answering questions. But would you use clips as separate IG posts as opposed to merge editing content reuse? So I would. If you're following the template, I would merge them all, so that way you have one full-length video and just cut that video for the wall, right? And then have your longer version on IGTV. Make sense, Barb? John, so if you want to incorporate PowerPoint, I would say use Be Live TV. I use that for our podcast. So let me see if I can do yeah. So here's a software that I use. It allows me to stream to Facebook or YouTube, and I stream to Facebook, and I can have guests. It costs money though. It's not expensive. I think it's under $20 a month. but then you can show your screen and then still go live if you want to do a presentation on using PowerPoint. You're right, Barb. Be Live is a little glitchy, but it's not glitchy enough where, at least for me, where I feel like I need to find something else. There will be times where it can be a little glitchy, but I haven't experienced it to a degree where I need to change platforms. But you're right. Like, I wish it was a little better, but I mean, $20, you're getting what you paid for. Now I know Google's coming out with some stuff, and Facebook came out with like something else as well. I haven't actually spent time on that yet, but I probably will. All right, so I'm going to review real quick. I think we covered everything that we had set out to cover. And then again, when you click, I can show you guys all these different examples. Some of these are produced from our team, and some of them are produced in a coaching manner with our clients. So like we can share how we did that. But all right, guys. Well, thank you so much. I'll turn it over. Do I have to turn it over, or you guys just take over from here and like boot me off? How's it go, Gary?
It's good. I just want to thank everybody. You did a good job. Good information, David.
Oh, thank you.
Appreciate it.